So this is it. We've got a job. We're at Solihull Moors. They're going to be paying us £450 a week. That transpires to around £23,000 a year, which means over a 4-year period we're going to be earning around £93,000. If you have a look at this house, we're going to be spending £89,000 of that on this house, paid over a longer period, of course, in a mortgage format. But this is the 2-bedroom flat we're going to be living in. It's in Solihull. I'm very happy with it, and we're looking forward now to starting our journey. We've done some transfer business. We've got friendlies out of the way. The Vanarama National League starts now. Welcome to Season 1, Episode 2 of my Football Manager Career Mode, our Football Manager Career Mode. We're with Solihull Moors. It's our first game of a new series, first game of a new season, first game of a new career. And today we are away at Leyton Orient. We couldn't have started it much harder if we tried. If we have a look at the table, we haven't played a game yet. This is going to be our first game. But if we have a look at the season preview, you'll see that Leyton Orient are the top. They are number 1. They are the team expected to waltz the league, and we get them first up to give our players some confidence and some motivation going into this very, very difficult first season. We have made some transfers, so let's have a look at those. Only a few. Tell you what, we didn't have a lot of transfer wage budget. We had no transfer budget at all, and so we've brought in only 5 players. We brought in 3 players on a free and 2 on loan. Let's start with James Carvalho. James is an 18-year-old centre midfielder. I thought he would be the perfect player if we managed to stay in the division. If we went down, he could come up, replace the players that would want to leave. Our coaches are saying he's 6th best midfielder at the moment, but he's going to improve. He's going to be a 5-star potential player. Hopefully that will work out for him. As you can see, he likes playing a deep line playmaker. Billy Bryan's a goalkeeper. He has come in as our number 1 goalkeeper. We brought him on a free. He's much better than Charlie Bannister, who was here when he first came. He's very well suited to this level. He's played all around sort of the Premier League, never coming up through Manchester City's academy, but he's played 15 games in the Scottish Championship. So despite not playing any games from Macclesfield because he's come to us on a free, who knows whether he'll live up to expectation. But I always feel that having a good goalkeeper at this level can save you points and get you points. Jimmy Phillips is a left midfielder. We had no left midfielders at the club. We've found some in our youth team. As you can see, we've got 1 or 2 that can fill in, but no one really likes to play the role. None in attacking midfield, as you saw. He's somebody that we need. We need a left winger. He's the best we could find. We're paying him £350 a week, which is quite a lot. Alex Barbos is on loan from Derby. He's a striker. We have got a couple of good strikers, so we've gone into a formation that has a couple of strikers in. We're okay in that position for the rest of the season. It's everywhere else that we're having difficulty with. Darren Alea is a left back. Again, we had no good left backs at the club. Callum Flanagan and James Bowen just not good enough for me. So Lay is coming in. Again, a 5-star potential player. He's on loan. He's on loan from Coventry. So again, we've brought in player positions where we need to improve. If we have a look at the team report, the squad depth, as you can see here, we've now got players pretty much everywhere except right midfield, and that will show when we have a look at the tactics in a second. That will show we really need to find a right midfielder. We've got our scouts on it. Let's hope it works. As with all non-league teams, keeping it simple is the way forward. We're going to put players in positions they like. We're going to play them where they want to. We're going to play it standard. We're going to play it flexible. We're going to probably lose this game. It's a hard one. After this game, we have got Boreham Wood away, so 2 away games to start. I'll introduce you to the team. We've got Billy O'Brien in goal, a back 4 of Lay, Sean St. Ledger, who is by far and away the best player at the club, although he's not going to be signing a new contract with us. He's not happy here. Fias Kellier, who is a defender on loan from Oxford, an Irish 21-year-old. Darren Lay, you've met, left back. We've got Paul Green, who is going to be covering the right mid today. He prefers to play centre mid, so he's going to be just operating as a wide midfielder. We've got a centre midfield of James Caraval, who you've already met. We have got a number of players who are actually better than him in that position, as you saw earlier in terms of Ashley Salmons. But I thought get youngsters blooded early. He might, go on to do something. Darren Carter. Many of you will know he's been in and around the Championship for a lot of his career. Former West Bromwich Albion player, Birmingham player, Sunderland, Preston. He's been around the towns. He knows his football. He's our other centre midfielder and quite happy in that role, I think. Jimmy Phillips is our winger. He is going to be getting the balls in, is the idea, with Alex Babos, who you've already met, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce this. It's Oladapo Afolayan. He scored a couple of goals in friendlies, funnily enough, and I've been worrying about saying his name all season. But he is 19 years old. He's a talented youngster with 5-star potential. I'm hopeful for him. I really am. I think he's going to be a good player. This midfield, I'm just having a look at it, and I'm now thinking, what do I want to do with it? Do I want 2 centre midfielders? It's difficult. One of them wants to be a I'm going to have a deep-lying playmaker and a centre midfielder, I think. Yeah, we're going to have a centre midfielder and defend. No team instructions. It's going to be flexible. It's going to be standard. On the bench, we've got Truman, Daly, Coyle, Benbow, and Culinani Liberd. I'll introduce you to those as we go along. First match with Solihull Moors. We're away at Leyton Orient. I'm looking forward to it. All these guys need numbers because we're a brand new team, brand new tactics, brand new everything. Solihull weren't playing this before we came here. They're playing the 4-2-3-1. That's what I want to play. That's what I want to play. They obviously know. They obviously know. That's my tactic, and we're playing in blue. I'm never a fan of playing in blue. I prefer to play in reds and whites and greens. I don't like wearing blue. I find it's too easy. But Babos is in. Babos is in. Great strike, and Granger makes a good save for Leyton Orient. That's a promising start. That's something that I didn't think we'd be doing straight away. I haven't got any of my things. I like some match stats. I'm a big fan of match stats. There we go. So we've got the first clear-cut chance of the game, our first of this save, and that came a lot quicker than I thought it would against a team tipped to win the league. But here they are. Bocco's coming forward, and O'Brien getting his gloves on one early in a Solihull shirt. I've never been to see Solihull play. I grew up not far from it, and Babos has picked up an injury. I didn't want him to pick up an injury. He comes all this way on loan from Derby and then gets injured in the first game. That would be typical, wouldn't it? 15 minutes in, and no one's really having any chances. I'm okay with this. Oh, but they should have done better. They're getting space in that midfield in front of... Oh, and that's it. That's 1-0. Yeah, we knew it was coming. We knew we'd lose this one. It's calm, relax. We knew we'd win it. We knew we'd lose it. We'll win other ones. The season isn't looking good. For those of you who saw the first first episode of this, we are second favourites to go down, to finish bottom. We're 900 to 1 to win the league, and they're almost in again. It's going to be a difficult season. It's going to be a very difficult season for us. Carnival lifts it in, they're coming away, and you think this is a counter-attack. You think they've probably got more pace than us. You think they've probably got players who can... Oh, great tackle. Tell you what, Sean St. Ledger, if we're going to stay up, he's going to be the reason we stay up. It's the only reason we're going to stay up, is if he plays the way that we know he can. But this is a long highlight. Long highlights are always ending goals. Oh! See, what do I know? What do I know? But again, it's a good chance. It's another clear-cut chance for Leyton Orient. We're only half an hour in. They've had 2. That's slightly worrying. You know, I see all these people playing counter. Should we be playing counter? Is it sensible to change it now? We're only half an hour into the first game of the season and I'm already questioning my tactics. I get like this. I've played Football Manager ever since 1998. I know my way around. When it's first Championship Manager, of course, for those who want accuracy. 4 clear-cut chances. Yeah, I'm changing it. We're going counter-attack. No, wrong button. We are going. No, wrong button. I'm good at this. It's this new setup. I've only had the game since Christmas. Oh, and we've got a penalty. Darren Carter is going to take it. He's the experienced man in the club. He's been around the towns, and he scores. That's brilliant. It's a debut. He was obviously brought in before me because I didn't bring him in. That's excellent. We've switched to counter. That's wonderful. Oh, I'm happy with that. I'm normally a control guy. I like to have possession. I like to pass the ball around. That's half time. Excellent. Well, we're level with the favourites on the first game of the season. You couldn't ask for much better. But how long? Oh, we'll remain level. Oh, is yet to be seen. O'Brien clutches it well. Looking at this screen, you can see that actually fitness-wise, we're a lot better. We're the team with fitter players. Babos will be coming off very soon. At the end of this highlight, I think we'll make some changes. We've got a good replacement for Babos, but this could be damn. Yeah, Benbow is a good replacement. What's going on? I don't want that. Babos. Benbow can come on and play as a poacher. That's it's annoying. I mean, they've deserved it. They've deserved to be ahead. But it's fair to say that we've put a decent show on. Make a couple more changes. 5 minutes left. Coyle can come on and play instead of Carter, and Colamani Boyd can come on for Kellier. No, he can't. What am I doing? He can come in on this right-hand side. That's better. Yeah, we'll do that. It really is about finding out players, and that could be 3. That's 3. That's probably because we made some changes. Players who weren't quite fit, match fit. I'm happy generally with the performance today. We had 2 shots on target, 6 shots. Things could have been worse today. Things could have been worse. We had 40% possession. We're against the best team in the league. I think it's fair to say we weren't trying to win. So not a good start. We're off now to play against Boreham Wood. We'll be back shortly. So here we are. It's Boreham Wood away day. We have managed to find a right winger in the time between since Leighton Orient. Che Tilt has come in. He's on loan from QPR. An 18-year-old right winger. He can play advanced or slightly further back, which is where I'm going to be playing. 5-star potential, 3-star current ability. In the role we're playing, he's about 2.5-star, but he's still better than anybody else we've got in that right mid position. He is better because he can play a winger, whereas Paul Green likes to be a defensive winger, which we're not really afterwards. So we've changed him from wide midfielder to winger on support. We've got Poacher and advanced forward up front. For those who want to see what the outcome is likely to be, we can have a look at the stage preview. Boreham Wood. Oh, we're up now. We're up to 500 to 1. When that started, we were 900 to 1 in 23rd, so we're up actually to 21st. Boreham Wood, though, are 12th, 50 to 1. So they're favourites for this game going into it. Let's get on with the game. Joe Tilt is going to be given the number 27. I'm excited for this series. Now, this series, I've mentioned before, I'm in realism mode, so I can't just go out and find somebody. Che Tilt was found by my scouts. May have actually been through my director of football, and I then asked for a scout report. I'm not somebody who uses the player search engine. I'm really looking for somebody to find them either on an awards news page or a director of football or a scout, because how else would I know about them? I'm going to be using that as the correct way to do it. If you've ever seen Lelujo FM's channels, videos, and they're in here, and that's 1-0. Not a good start. And again, we're away from home. Should I be using counter-attack for a slightly better team away from home? You know, you've got the highlight here, and they just cut through us, didn't they? They cut through us. We're all running back. I mean, look at that. We've got 8 players running back inside our own box, and we didn't manage to stop him. You've got to ask, is that us or is that them? It's a difficult one, isn't it? It is difficult. Green is playing, by the way, Paul Green. He's gone back to right back. I didn't run through the team. How unprofessional. I didn't run through the team. This is only my second video. Do cut me some slack, guys. I'm going to get better. Your comments are much appreciated. If you want to tell me what you'd like to see, if you want to see any particular screens you want to see, any players you want to see more of, and that's 2-0. Is that offside? I think that might be offside. It is. It's disallowed. Excellent. If there's anything you guys want me to show you, if you'd rather me have a different style, I am trying to get a webcam up onto the screen. I've got a webcam, I've got the ability to record, I just can't seem to impose it, overlay the webcam onto the screen so you can see me and the game at the same time. Anybody who knows how to do that, and we have a shot, Benbow, anyone who knows how to do that, get in contact with me, because that would be really, really appreciated. We've had a shot, we've had a couple of shots, we've had a clear-cut chance. Hey guys, we've had more clear-cut chances than them. This is unexpected, but you know, I'm slightly worried by the fact that nobody seems to be having a good game. Our average rating is really poor. Now, whether that's because, particularly our strikers, if he squares this as a goal, yes, yeah, it's coming. You can see it was coming. You can see it's coming. It's not starting well, this career mode. It's really annoying because in the games you haven't seen, I've taken West Ham to the Champions League. I'm on a 15-game winning streak with Real Madrid. It's all going rosy. This is the first time I've come down to this level though, and I know from previous games that this level is totally different to any other level. You've got no budget, you've got really poor scouting reports that aren't accurate, you've got people, and is that going to be his second? No, he's already on a card. Darren Carter, the penalty scorer from last time against Leyton Orient, is off. Right, okay, now we change. Coyle comes on, drops back, we move you into there to stay as a poacher, and yeah, that's the best we can do, really, isn't it? I know from all previous games that this level is the hardest part. You've got to you can't really mess around with tactics too much. You can't mess around with instructions too much. You've got to rely on really bringing in simplistic instructions and simple players, and that's 3, and we are getting it handed to us. See, I want to play narrower. I want to ask them to work the ball into the box, but I just know it's not the right thing to do at this level. You know, experience has taught me that. I've gone to counter-attacking. At 3-0, it's not going to do any difference, but it's just really to see if it makes a difference. Lay has taken a knock. We're going to make changes. It's 20 minutes to go. Babos is injured, so he's not going to come on. Coleman is going to come on at right back. I don't like the screen. The screen needs changing, Football Manager. Yeah, that's the only thing we're going to do. We're not going to try and play too much. We've been well beaten. Both games today, we've been well beaten. I think, you know, I said it in the first episode. I'll say it again now. We're in. Oh, it's full. Deflected. Horrible deflection. It's a hat trick for him. God, I feel good for him, don't I? I feel really happy for him. He deserves it. It's going to be a long, hard slog. We know it's going to be a hard slog. We've got players who only recently got promoted from the league below. But I think there is hope, and we could get a goal here. We do get a goal here. It's 4-1. Well, that makes me feel a bit better. We've scored in both games. Tilt, on his debut, turns up from QPR, immediately makes an impact. Any suggestions, guys, would be appreciated. This is the first episode. I'm not too worried. The players, need to get familiar with the formation. They need to get match fit. I'm not reading much into this yet. I think we need 5-6 games before we start really judging these guys. And I think there's a couple of places that I'm really happy with the players I've got. I mean, Sean St. Ledger is a brilliant defender. We've got 3 really good strikers. I think Tilt is fine in his position. I know it's 5. I'm just ignoring it. I think O'Brien's a good keeper. And I think Carvel will be a very good midfielder, whether he's the right choice to play at the moment. I like playing youngsters, what can I say? I mean, he's not having a good game today, is he? I think it's going to be an interesting challenge. I always say that in your first season, when you've got no badges and you're a Sunday League footballer, you're going to get sacked from your first 3 clubs. And we've scored again. Afolayan makes it 5-2. You almost always get sacked when you've got no badges and no experience, because the players don't play for you. Once you've got some badges and you get some respect from your players, they care a bit more about you, they want to play for you, you start getting some results. But at the start, ever since I've been doing this, and I've done this format of game ever since 2013, ever since I've done it, your first few clubs, when you've not got any badges, so difficult. So difficult. I still think we were right in coming here. It's a good name on our CV. And I think, even if we end up perhaps going to Wales after this, we've got a good name on our CV, even if we get sacked. And 1 episode in, we're talking about getting sacked. It's good, isn't it? It's a good start. 2 losses, 2 disappointing. This one is more disappointing, probably influenced by the red card. The statistics, 2 clear-cut chances each. We both had they just edged it in the shots department, but not too disheartening. A few good performances out there. There we go. It's been a poor start to the season. we've lost 2, played 2, lost 2. We've got a goal difference of -5. Looking at the schedule, we'll probably be back for the Tranmere and Aldershot games. They look like, again, 2 difficult games. We hopefully will have a slightly better run of form by then. We'll have some wins for you. But if you've liked the episode, give us a like. Subscribe to see more of this career, where we try and take our character, up to the very highest echelons of European football. If you've enjoyed it, I hope you've enjoyed it. We'll look forward to the next episode.